Hello and welcome to this section. In this section, we are going to be working on a quick project that we are going to be doing in this section. In our last previous sections, we've worked on the single element method, multiple element method. We also did something on the traversing the DOM. We worked on delegation and bubbling events types and types of events that we have. So we've done quite a lot. So right here we are going to be implementing every single thing that we've learned on the DOM. I'm going to be implementing it right here on this project. So this is our to-do application that we are going to be doing, a to-do list application. So that's what we're going to be doing in this project. Before we move on, I need you to know that I am using a Bootstrap 4 on this project. You can get the Bootstrap 4 CDN on the website bootstrapcdn.com. So I have my CSS file link right here, and you can get the bootstrap.js link right there. That's on the bootstrapcdn.com. Also, you can you will need also the font awesome link. So just go to fontawesomecdn.com. You're going to get the link also. Now Bootstrap 4 requires a dependency for jQuery. So jQuery, we need jQuery. So go to jQuery CDN and get the CDN for jQuery. Just copy and paste it right here. And also you're going to need the proper.js. So proper.js is also a CDN, is also a dependency for in Bootstrap. So you're still going to need that also. So that's it. That's all the links that we require for this Bootstrap 4 that we are using here. Now getting into the project. So we had a card. I just put it in a container. We have a card here. We have a text right here, okay, which is tax title. I have a form, and in the form there is an input, and we have a button, a submit button here. Okay, so that's it, btn. So that's the button. Also we have right here and a form also for the filter. Okay, that's for the project to filter whatever we have in our list. Also we have the URL. Now every item that will be coming in from this input will be going into this URL as a child. Okay, so we put in walkie dog, we click on add tags, it goes into the URL as a child element. It goes into this URL as a child element. Okay, so we have a button right here. Okay, so you can do that. So create a button, but I'm gonna be dropping in this file on this folder in our project so we can maximize the use. Now let's move on and for the projects. So we're going to declare variables for the UI. Alright, so firstly I have constant for form. So I have document dot query selector selecting form. Let's use, instead of that, this is a tax hyphen form. Okay, go down to index file and see what we okay. So you see what we have here. We have a form with an ID of tax form. So that's what we are trying to get. So put a semicolon at the end. So I'm having a constant for tax list. So I have document dot query selector. Now this is gonna be having the URL. So we have list hyphen group. I'm getting the URL here. List hyphen group. So it's a class. That's why you're having a dot at the front of the list group. So we have constant for tags input. So I have document dot query selector, and I'm gonna be passing in the tags. So I'm gonna have tags ID of tags. Then we have constant for filter. So we have document dot query selector. I have ID of filter. Alright. Then lastly, we have the clear button. Alright, so that's the button that we have here. Document.query selector, and we have the class of clear tags. Alright, very easy, declaring all the variables that we're going to be needing for this project. Now let's create a load event. Load event listener. Okay, now we have load events listeners. So we're gonna create a function for that. Then we'll create a function here. Alright, so we're gonna create, so this function is gonna be having all our events. All our events is gonna be passed into this function. So firstly, the first event we're going to be working on here is we have the form dot add event listener. Listening for a submit, and the name of this, we're going to give it add tags. Now we want to add a tags right here, so I'm going to comment on this, add tags event. Okay, so whereby we insert in a value coming from this input. We click on the button add tags, then it goes into the URL. all right, and you just go into the URL. So every tags that we're having, we're imputing here, we click on the add tags, then it shows right here. So that's what this is all about. So we have the submit event that's going to be happening on that particular form. Now let's move on to create a function for that. So we have add tags. Don't forget to put the event objects in there, and also let's use a prevent default. Let's use a prevent default to prevent any behavior that will be happening whenever we click the button. Alright, so let's have this included here. So we have if tags input dot value is equals to an empty string, then I have alert add a tags. Now what this is telling us to do is that if there is nothing coming in from this input, eventually there is nothing in there, and we click on add a tags. Okay, I think there's something wrong with the tags input. I'm coming. So we have tags input document or query selector. We have let's go check inputs. Alright, we have an ID of tags. Okay, so we have the hash tags here. So we have tags input.value, and we have empty string, then we have a lot. Okay, it should work. Okay, let's take this off. Alright, so in case there is nothing coming into that input, it's gonna tell us the tags. That's good. It's gonna bring out an alert pop-up window the tags. But if there is something already coming in here, so it's not gonna show us anything, but instead it's gonna do this that we are doing. We're gonna do here now. So we're gonna create a constant for that. Create an element called li. So we have document dot create element. So we're creating an element for li. All right. Okay, so let's do something about the comment here. So we have create li element. All right, nextly we're going to add a class. So we have li dot class name. All right, so the class name is the list group item. All right, now nextly we're going to append create a text node and append. All right, so that's we're going to have this here, li.append child. Okay, so we have document dot create text node. Now the text node is going to be the input coming in, the value coming in from the input. So we have tags input.value. So the value coming in from the input is gonna be the text node. Now if you haven't forgotten, in our last sections where we had this UI, we had the list item and we have an icon here, a trash icon. So we're going to be creating that icon, and that icon is wrapped inside of a link, the anchor. So whereby when we click it, something is supposed to happen, which is removing the entire list item. But first of all, let's create the element, the anchor element for the icon. Now we're going to create a link. Now we have constant link, then we have create document dot create. What's going on with my keys? Dot create element. Then we have a, which is anchor element. Then we're going to add a class, add class name. Now in there we have the class name of link dot class name. We have delete item, and we have float right. Okay, so we have that there for the class. Now we're going to add the icon, add icon. So we have link dot inner HTML. First of all, we're going to wrap this in a quote. So we have I as a class of trash. So we're going to close that I tag here and wrap this end it with a semicolon. Now we're going to append the link to the li. Append link to li. So we have li.append child, then we have link. Okay, and also we're going to append the li to ul. But first of all, before we do that, let's see what this will give us in our console. Let's check this out in our console. So I'm gonna reload this. Then I have the value walkie dog. I'm gonna click on the add tags right now. Okay, so I have the new created element, which is walkie dog, and we have the anchor elements here with the class of delete item and float, right? So in there we have the icon elements we have here. So that's perfect. So I'm going to take this off. Then I have tags list. So tags list is the UL. So I'm going to be appending what we have in the li into the UL. So dot append child. So we have li, and I'm going to clear the inputs whenever the value has been passed in there. Clear the input. So I have tags input.value equals to empty string. Okay, put a semicolon there. Now we can do something cool with this. So we have walkie dog. Alright, so you see that the new element has been passed in here. So we have walkie dog, we have the icon right here. So I'm gonna use bring a cup of water. Okay, so I can just use pick up the call. Alright, so we see that the moment we are inputting a value into this particular input, this form input, and we click on the add tags, we have the values, that's the input, the values coming into this particular UL. Alright, so these are generated as li and they are appended inside the UL element. So this is just all we need to do for this section of the project. In the next section, I'm going to be showing you how to delete, also how to filter the tags that we have here, and how to use the clear tags button. So that's what we'll be doing in our next section. I believe you had a good understanding of what we did here and in this opening aspect of the project. In our next session, we're going to continue and have a better feeling about this. All right, see you in our next session, and bye for now.